Now, Central Oregon's local alert weather with meteorologist Katie Suniga.
As we go through the middle of the weekend and get into the start of next week, we're going to see the amazing clouds that we had and the snow clearing up, and we're going to see the beautiful Cascades with fresh layers of snow, but we are going to be cold and we are going to stay dry for several days. At this point, we're not expecting to see any precipitation in our extended forecast. Our skies will clear up. We'll stay mostly clear all the way through the week with a few clouds coming here and there. It's not the time of year where the high pressure keeps us completely clear, but we'll definitely see a few clouds and have those clearing moments. Staying dry, as I mentioned, having some more high pressure coming in, not seeing any moisture in the air to bring any precipitation, and those cold temperatures. That's just what we need to get the snow. You have to have that moisture. So when you look at those snow levels, even though they're in a range where all of us could see some snow, we are not going to be able to get anything out of it. And what you'll see here on the future track is just those few clouds that I mentioned. Those are clearing up as we're going into our Sunday. The morning we get to not seeing anything, and in fact, look at that, by noon everything looks to be completely clear. Now again, it's not going to stay this way. We're actually going to watch a few clouds start to come in throughout the week. They'll come and go, just staying dry like I mentioned, not even seeing too much by the time we get to Sunday night. It's just those cold temperatures. Here's what we're looking at for that overnight temperature profile that we talk about. You can see when the sun comes up, we start warming rather quickly. However, from the lows where we're at, and we see those maybe single digits, teens and 20s again, tomorrow's highs are slightly warmer, but this is still below average, and it's really below average by almost 10 degrees. Usually in Redmond this time of year, we're right around 53-ish, maybe 52, 53, so not quite 10 degrees below average, but pretty close there. And this is much warmer than we have been in our higher elevations, getting into at least the 40s, which means if you had any snow on the ground, this is the time we're going to start to see things possibly warming up and then melting for us, what snow that we have had. Not getting quite back into the 50s like we did in the Warm Springs area a few days ago, but back to the 40s, which we haven't seen for a couple of days. When we look ahead on the extended forecast, you'll notice that we do make it into the 40s for Sunday, but not Monday. We start cooling back down, so there'll be quite a few of us that'll be back into those 30s. Moving ahead on the 7-day, we do warm up again. I mentioned that by Wednesday, we may actually get to a point where we could see the closest to average that we had been. 49, again, is still about 4 or 5 degrees below average, but the warmest we have seen. Overnight temperatures, those stay in the teens pretty much the entire week until we get to Friday. That's when our overnight temperatures actually start to warm just a bit, and we still stay below freezing though going into the weekend. That's been a check of your weather. We'll be right back.